What's good, everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're reacting to Patrick Theory number 2, The Evil Mirror Mind. Yeah, we're gonna continue on. Apparently there's two more, well, I don't even know how to even put this into words. There's two more, Patrick theories, to say the least. Yeah, I think that would be the correct way to say it. But yeah, we have two more Patrick theories, and we're here to check them out, see what's going on, and so on and so forth. And I'm honestly a bit curious to see how this is gonna go, because we went to a not good. Gotta hate when that happens. Okay, tongue twisters. Anyway, on to the main thing. Anyway, we got two more Patrick theories from, you guessed it, the Theorizer. And it was suggested by the same person. Gonna be honest, kind of curious how this is gonna go, because we went into the complications of the mental mind, especially when it came to Patrick. So I'm honestly kind of curious to see where this is gonna go. Other than that tidbit, yeah. Other than that little bit right there, I am kind of curious to see how this is going to go. So, with this said, hope you all enjoyed this video. If you do, hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button to support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. Hit the notification button, be notified immediately when the video comes out, and so on and so forth. Recommend any videos you want me to react to in the comment section below, and be sure to give the Theorizer some love and support for the video that they made. Now, with this all said, let's get right on into this video, shall we? I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to go on. Because the evil mirror mind, that's something to really think about. Alright, let's see what happens.
You may recall a recent theory I proposed. It was probably the most unlikely but insanely wild theory I've ever constructed. It was slammed by the Viacom police and removed from YouTube, but in November I re-uploaded it with some changes so that they were less inclined to copyright claim it. Watch it immediately by clicking on the white rectangle box that pops up in the top right corner now, and then come back here because I asked you guys to find scenes where Patrick suddenly became intelligent, and you guys delivered, so now I have several clips of suspicious Patrick to support my theory that he has hundreds of split personalities inside of his head. This theory of mine, it's honestly ridiculous, and for those of you watching, I'm not one of those parody theory channels, I'm legit as can be, but when I get a chance like this to just go all out with ridiculousness that sort of makes sense, I take the opportunity.
Okay.
Hello, I'm the Theorizer, and as many of you pointed out, Patrick clearly did in fact start as a dumb child. Not a smart one. That likely came down the road. But while half of you tried to piece together more clues from various episodes, the other half tried to figure out what sort of traumatic event from his past could lead to such a fractured mind. But before we get into the pre-show trauma, we have to start with more clues, and there are a lot of them. So first and foremost, in my last theory, I was unable to remember the episode where Patrick duplicated. You see, a key point of my last theory was that Patrick, like most starfish, has the ability to duplicate and split. And dozens of you pointed out that it was seen at the end of the karate episode. His arm falls off.
Aha! I was right. It is that case scenario. No, not case scenario. I got the episode detail right. It was about an episode where Patrick learned karate and ripped off his arm. Case in point, got it right. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, am I super freaking Mario? I did not mean to do that. I feel so dumb right now. Anyway, but yeah, we get the point. So let's, continue on here, okay?
And then he says not to worry, he's a starfish and it will grow back. And then it does. But then his arm grows into a whole new body and he essentially duplicates. Boom! It is canonically correct. And, as dozens of you pointed out, at the end of the episode Spy Buddies, there are literally two Patricks standing there laughing, and it cuts to black, and nobody knows why. But now into his bursts of intellect, because there are a lot of them. There's the ones I mentioned in my other Patrick video, and then there are these. Let's kick it off with something Buggy and Iggy Fan 15 reminded me of. I can't believe I forgot this when writing my last theory, but in the episode Squid-tastic Voyage, SpongeBob and Patrick go inside of Squidward while driving a miniature submarine, and Patrick has a burst of chemical intelligence. See the following clip.
If you could make a big enough burp,
we could filter the CO2 through our ballast tanks, refire the engines, and ride the shockwave out of here.
Wow. He's right.
What?
We're going through with your plan, Patrick. Yay!
What plan?
See? He talks about filtering CO2, and then he snaps out of it and gets all dumb, questioning his very own plan. And if they did this once or twice throughout the series, I could understand their comedic standpoint, but this is a staple of his character, flashes of intelligence, which makes it a true part of his brain. Commenter Hailed Space 25 stated that in the episode Ghoul Fools, Patrick claimed that staring at the clouds calmed his inner demons. Right there at the beginning of the episode, and this ain't a one-off. Patrick constantly references how his mind is a raging mess, whether it be like this, or by calling it a machination-filled enigma. It's a smidgen suspicious. Another good point I debated writing about in the original video is in the episode where Patrick becomes king, and commenter Love Your Creations reminded me that I should have added it. After Patrick is told he's actually royalty, he instantly becomes a totalitarian dictator, ordering and stealing anything he wants. He becomes vicious and unpredictable, a whole new personality that is activated by complete freedom to do whatever he wants. Eventually, everyone leaves him and he stares into a mirror where he sees a terrifying reflection of his attitude. It makes him snap back to how he used to be after reminding him of the cruel and malignant monarch he's become. This episode was actually one of the reasons I proposed this whole theory to begin with, so how I forgot it the first time around is a mystery to me. But it's very key to everything. He literally talks with his personality. More on that in a minute. There are even...
I actually forgot about that part. I don't know why I forgot about it. It's just, I just did. And it's a weird one. Huh. Like, I don't really recall that one. It's weird.
Even some instances in which Patrick acts dumb while he does extremely smart things. Once, he helped SpongeBob cheat on his driver's test by giving him all the answers that Patrick seemingly knew, but SpongeBob didn't. Patrick even got his driver's license in one episode, despite being a blatant idiot during other moments. He makes no sense. Another very brief but possibly significant moment was pointed out by user Star, who said that in the episode where they keep swearing, Patrick has a mini moment. He approaches a dumpster and reads a word very poorly. He has a hard time reading it, but then he reads the swear word just fine, and explains to SpongeBob how it is a sentence enhancer. So he goes from not knowing how to read to knowing how to read to using slightly large words to explain swearing to SpongeBob. No one is this inconsistent. Also, in the episode with Patrick's parents, he's running around like a madman, and SpongeBob asks if he's having another episode. Seems as though these spastic mental breakdowns are becoming more frequent if SpongeBob refers to them like this. A lot of you also pointed out this clip from the episode I Had an Accident.
No, your other bottom!
Don't you have to be stupid somewhere else?
Not until 4.
This and many cases exactly like this pop up in the show, where Patrick seems to schedule his intelligence and his stupidity, as if it has a set schedule, one he may or may not control. And he claims this on a couple of occasions, not just once. He's aware of when he's smart and dumb. And about the milk spilling during that other episode, look at what YouTube user I'm King had to say about it. I don't know if this is coincidental or accurate, but it is deep as hell. Finally, there's one thing I simply cannot fail to discuss, and that is an entity known as Alternate Universe Patrick. The Mirror Patrick. You know, he appears in the mirror more than just that one time when Patrick was king. He appears many times, actually. So we know
What?
that this whole thing isn't exactly a one-off. In the episode entitled Roller Cowards, Patrick's personality insults him for being a wimpy crybaby. Patrick gives him a smack, asking him why he'd say this if they settled it last time. This means they have a relationship. They know each other, and they seem to hate each other. This is not some kind of paranormal thing going on. This is all in Patrick's head. And the fact that he so truthfully believes AU Patrick is a thing is representative of tons of delusional disorders, paranoid schizophrenia, psychosis, insanity, or he's talking to his split personalities. And guess what? In many other films and TV, when depicting split personalities that take over, typically, a mirror reflects the other one trapped inside. Off the top of my head, examples include Total Drama All-Stars, or more well-known, Supernatural, in which the current host of a body can talk to another spirit inside. I think I even saw it in Bates Motel or something similar to it. My point is, I've seen this mirror representation of multiple personalities in countless films and TV. It's a symbolic depiction of interpersonality communication. And Patrick does it again. In The Great Patty Caper, Patrick looks at his reflection in a window, claiming it's suspicious. Then it gets all arrogant and walks away creepily. There's now lots of confirmation. We, surprisingly, have a ton more evidence to support my ridiculous claim that Patrick's a sufferer of some kind of duplicating personality disorder, because the writers are being consistent with these oddly pointless topics and random things he says, but they aren't one-offs. He keeps doing them. But some of you commenters took the whole idea further. Back to that commenter named Star, they claimed something pretty intriguing. Something I'd even pondered before, that Patrick, sure, he was born dumb, but he did clearly grow up to be somewhat intelligent during at one point in his life. Realizing his life was an arrogant, lonely waste, he pulled the plug on his intellect, suppressing that personality so that he could live freely but dumb. And we know Smart Patrick would do this exact kind of thing, because we literally see him do it again in the Patrick Smart Pants episode. This is all an excellent idea, and it flows with everything we've seen and everything I've been saying. So please, I beg of you to keep theorizing in this comment
Now that's
section, because things just keep coming and coming. Thanks for subscribing, everyone. Until next time, the theorizer isn't home right now.
Oh, is that supposed to be like a thing to connect to this? Like, okay, that's actually kind of interesting. So, overall though, basically the case scenario going on is that Patrick has this weird scenario that was mentioned previously, that he has multiple personality disorder. And this multiple personality disorder has been showing in multiple episodes. And a lot of them I forgot about said thing happening. So maybe that's the case, maybe it's not. Hard to say, really. It's a weird one, that's for sure. But I can admit that it is an interesting theory overall. Is it the most practical? Can't say for sure, but it is an interesting one, nevertheless. And yeah, I don't have much else to say about the matter right there. But it is an interesting thought process to think about. And I did forget a few episodes, as I mentioned, like that whole mirror thing, like when Patrick was said to be king and all that. I actually did forget about that, so that's an interesting one to really forget about. What to honestly think there? Huh. Well, I really have nothing to say about that one, cause I don't know. Hard to say. I mean, it does show indication that he has multiple personality disorder, but the thing is, to say that every instance that this happened is the same thing, it's a bit strange. Not to say I don't believe it, mind you, because it is like a thing to actually believe and all that, but I don't know. It also doesn't really give any true indication of it, to say the least. Um, I don't know. It's just hard to really say for sure. But I can admit that it does catch my attention. But that's really it. Yeah, I don't have a for sure answer, sadly. If I did, that'd be amazing. But it does give indication, as mentioned, about the whole thing being true. But yeah, other than that, not so much of anything else. Hmm. I wish I had more of a solid idea, to be honest, when it came to this one thing. Hmm. Yeah, I got nothing at the moment. But, maybe in a later date. I mean, basically, this is more of an episode video to show that 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 what's being said here isn't false. Like, there is proof that Patrick has these episodes where it feels like he's not even there. That's a for sure thing. But other than that, nothing else really. And that's an interesting bit overall. But yes. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button, support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. Hit the notification button, be notified immediately when the video comes out. And again, be sure to give the theorizers some love and support for the video that they made. Other than that, hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!